Hi everybody. Welcome to Weekly Reverse 1999 by yours truly, Cutie Bunny. Alright guys, we are continuing Marcus's character story today. I attempted to play last week and that didn't go well because I was falling asleep so early. I was so sleepy last time, guys. We only got through like 1 or 2 nodes of the story, but we're gonna finish it up today. Hey Destiny, welcome. Hey VG, hello. Hey Fire, welcome. Hey K Rider. Yeah, we had a pretty good 4th of July, Independence Day, America's birthday, a couple days ago. What did I do? I went to watch the new Jurassic World movie. It was pretty good. We went to go watch that, and then we ended up just streaming Honkai Star Rail that night. Really didn't do much. I mean, you know, seen fireworks plenty of times, so didn't really find the need to see more. Oh, you like my glasses? Thank you. I figured, you know, since we're gonna do Marcus's character story, and she's a very big bookworm, I want her to look smart. I want to look smart for the stream. Yeah. All right. You guys were playing a drinking game last time for Marcus's character story. Wait, what was it? When do you all drink? When do you drink? When you gotta take a shot. Get into the story. Oh, yeah. So we got through 2 nodes. Okay, so a little quick recap before we start. This was before she got into the foundation. And wait, what? You just said I like your glasses? Yeah. I said wait, I just answered you like a minute ago or something. Did y'all not hear me? Anyways, I wanted to wear glasses because, you know, Marcus is a big bookworm, and I wanted to look smart. But yes, thank you. Isn't my glasses cute? What game is this? This is Hazy X. This is Reverse 1999. It's kind of like it's a time travel historical kind of game. I guess that's the best way to kind of describe it. It's another gacha game. But it's very unique in its own way. Like has very unique style and storytelling to it. So it's very nice. But yeah. Okay, so you drink every time Marcus says the voice line, History of the Flannan Isles. Okay. All right. Time travel-esque because they can't control the time travel. Fair enough. But we are traveling back through time. So we're technically time traveling. We just don't control it. Right? Yes. Almost everything I play is a gacha game. Actually, everything I play right now is a gacha game. Hey, Tabris. Welcome. Yeah, aside from like random things I play during like celebration streams or whatever, all my weekly streams are pretty much gacha games. Oh yeah, there's magic in this game too, so it's kind of like time travel, Harry Potter, stuff like that. It's very interesting. We are doing a side story today. We're continuing Marcus's character story. So, okay, as I was saying, quick recap. This was before she joined the foundation. She's writing a story about the lighthouse, and she could see ghosts. Oh my god, the ghosts! They reveal themselves to her in the lighthouse, and she's telling their story. She's trying to write like a column or a paper, but I think she keeps getting rejected for her book or whatever, her story. So that's where we at. That's wild though that she can see ghosts. That's really weird. Like, okay. I wonder if it's because of her arcane powers that maybe she can see them, because she can quote quote read things. So yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. Okay, so the ghosts of the people who worked on the lighthouse based on the actual event IRL. That's cool. That would make sense. That's why they're like bound. They're like here in the lighthouse, kind of bound to it. You know what they say about ghosts? They kind of like hang out where they died or whatever, or if they have an attachment to. But yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get started before I get tired. Actually, I have decent energy today, guys. I really didn't do much. I pretty much chilled today. I went out and got breakfast this morning, and I've just been chilling at home, editing some videos for the channel, and so I'm not too tired today, thank God. All right, let us continue. 3 islands. 3 islands. Rico. Interesting. Oh, ZX, you recommended me for your friends to watch? Oh, thank you. Yep, that's the kind of content I make. It's just gacha. I feel like I play a good chunk of gacha games. Granted, I do not play every gacha game out there. That's a little overkill. But I feel like I play a good amount of like ones that people like, I feel. I mean, what is it? Okay, so my weekly lineup consists of Honkai Star Rail, Reverse 1999, Blue Archive, Nikkei. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Occasionally I'll play Brown Dust 2. Occasionally. I haven't played in a while, but that's because I haven't been playing too many gacha games. I had to cut one. But yeah. Reverse reminds us once in a while. Reverse reminds us that besides Arcanist and Awakened, the supernatural is absolutely a thing. Yes, because I was like, there's this game has a lot of supernatural, paranormal stuff to it besides the whole magic aspect. So, little spoopy here and there. If you're not mistaken, people still work there after those 3 disappeared until it was automated. That makes sense. I wouldn't think they were the last workers. Alrighty. Okay. Let us begin. Okay. Oh yeah, she got her rejection letter. Oh, poor baby. Yes, the spooky motel story. Oh my god. Yeah, this game has a lot of scary aspects to it, I feel. A lot of paranormal, creepy, spoopy. Alright, the rejection letter shakes in her trembling hands. We regret to inform you that after discussion by the editorial board, we will be unable to publish the 15th edition of your History of the Flannan Isles. We would like to share with you our primary concern regarding this edition. Since its publication, History of the Flannan Isles has garnered intense discussion among our readers. Oh wait, so she's published already? But she's trying to update it. But it's not popular no more? We are well aware of the curiosity about the mysterious archipelago and of your skillful writing. It is in this hope that we ask you to revise your latest edition, to reveal the truth about the 3 lighthouse keepers in greater detail. Oh, they want more. The people want more. It cannot be understated that we are by no means doubting your capabilities, Mrs. Marcus. Oh my god. Sorry. That was so weird. A sneeze was about to eject, but it did not. Oh, okay. Anyways, but with their limited understanding of Arcanum, most of our readers have expressed that they are more interested in what happened to the lighthouse keepers, the truth. They believe that you can unveil this mystery that has puzzled us for more than a decade and come to a tidy end for this story. In light of our decision, we have already reserved some promotional space for History of the Flannan Isles. We look forward to your revised edition. They don't like what she submitted. Yours faithfully, Denny. The letter floats to the ground, falling from a trembling hand. Aww, poor Marcus, baby. The girl lowers her head, devastation lingering over her.
But...
Miss Denny says she's unsatisfied with the latest edition, but aren't these stories all a part of uncovering the truth our readers are expecting? The oddly arranged reef, the ultimate cause of the lighthouse's phenomena, aren't the readers curious at all? The truth about what happened to the lighthouse keepers. Did I do something wrong? Marcus looks out at the ghosts gathered around her. It seems what the readers are really eager to learn about is not the Isles, but your legend. Aww. The elder ghost pats Marcus on the shoulder.
Marcus.
It's not your fault, wee Marcus. You think there were naught but spoiled brats left in the world. Aye, but you cannae blame them, can you? How could rocks and lighthouses compete with the tale of 3 seasoned seafaring spirits? He nods as if he's reluctantly admitting to some truth. Some loyalty they've shown. Up till now, they could nae stop puffing up your work. A brand new approach to the documentary literature. A one-of-a-kind writing style. A highly a highly immersive reading experience. The younger ghost recites the remarks indignantly. They said it themselves, and then in just a blink, our wee Marcus is no longer what was it they said? A progressive icon of literary trends. Or some old song like that.
Sir?
It seems like they just lost interest. Like how authors get like a pop of popularity and then interest starts to wane after a while. Mr. Thomas, please say no more.
In fact,
I could never live up to that kind of praise. Besides, there's no denying it. This is a rejection letter. Marcus's cheeks flush in shame, her head lowering deep into her chest. Suddenly, a flood of thoughts flows into her mind.
oh dear.
The way I boasted to that foundation gentleman about my work.
Maybe.
Perhaps he was aware of this letter. Maybe he even secretly laughed at my ignorance. Oh no! Our poor overthinking baby. No. It has nothing to do with each other. Marcus, please. Could he have passed by the mailbox on the way here? Dude, your letter was sealed. She repeatedly examines the envelope, as if seeking confirmation of something.
No.
Oh, don't worry, Miss Marcus. The glue on the envelope was intact when we got it. Couldn't it be opened by anyone else? No, I'm not worried about anything. Still deflating like a punctured balloon, she murmurs to herself. The Foundation investigates any arcanist pending registration. They probably examined every letter set to arrive here recently. Would they really do that? Like, isn't that an invasion of privacy? Like, come on. If so, they might read out this rejection letter at some book club gathering. Then I would become the laughing stock of the entire Eileen Seer. No, the entire United Kingdom. Okay, she's overthinking here. Okay, girl, no. No, that's not gonna happen. They do not have time for that shit. Oh, alright. I'll have to write them. Maybe I should ask the Foundation not to report what I boasted about my literary work. But should I really join the Foundation? That's true. She is spiraling. Poor baby.
History of the Flannan Isles.
Take a shot, guys. The progress of the history of the Flannan Isles hasn't been quite as smooth as I'd imagined. Perhaps I do need more time to think about this. Oh, but that investigator did imply that that the Foundation is not particularly patient. Would he take my indecision as disrespectful? Lightheaded and drained, she braces herself with a fainting step. The spectral sailors gather around, lifting the fallen letter from the ground all together.
Marcus.
Wait, that's weird. If they're ghosts, how can they hold stuff? Like, hold actual objects. That's really weird. Raise your head, wee Marcus. I'm sure the lads and I can help. In my admittedly humble ken of writing and reading, isn't it so that writers place their most interesting content at the very beginning so that they grab their readers and keep them reading? So if what you're baiting them in with are the likes of rocks, seagulls, and lighthouses, well, they're not so much the kind to seize your attention, eh? He gives his chest a few pats.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my humble self, on the other hand, I've lived here for decades. Not to mention I've been here for not living for a decade more. I reckon the memories I've got tucked away could make for some pleasing bait indeed. Oh, poltergeist can't interact with physical objects. Oh gosh. The quiet ghost timidly speaks up. I think maybe James is right. Maybe you could write just a wee bit more about our stories, if you like, that is.
I mean...
I only mean we've spent a lot of time on the islands. People don't need to come here in person to see what we saw, to hear what we heard. Maybe this could clear up all the fear. Maybe make people curious. His suggestion, though a whisper, speaks volumes. The other two ghastly gentlemen look at him in proud approval.
Great.
Exactly! They must be quite curious about my past, and of course more than happy to let these youngins glean something from old James's yarns.
Now that's experience.
See, the mind of a seasoned sailor like myself is filled with heart-stirring stories. I could go on for days. He proudly strokes his mustache, preserved in spirit, exactly as trim and refined as the old sailor himself.
Oh!
I don't think I'm doing a correct accent, but I'm trying. I don't know if I can do a Scottish accent very well, but... You're pulling my leg, mate. Fat chance they'd give a barnacle's bottom about those ancient salty fish tales of yours. Intentional or not, the bickering ghosts dispel the gloom hovering around Ms. Marcus. Aww.
Sirs,
It's so cute. My ghost friends are cheering me up. Really? Would you be willing to share your past and perhaps even reveal the truth about your deaths?
Of course.
Marcus, you're our best and our only mate, besides ourselves.
Marcus.
I also want to show more of this place to people before we're completely forgotten by the world. Thank you so much, all of you. She bowed sincerely before producing her pen and papers. All right. Now, where do we start? Aye, that's it. A story from some years back. Back then, of course, I was more than an humble ghost of a man you see before you. I was the leader of this outfit, and these two are my half-witted lackeys. Yet, driven by our shared honor, faith, and my keen sense of command, we successfully defended these isles from falling into bedlam. We drove away more than a few greedy moneybags who wanted to claim these isles for themselves. Oh, and I recall we once saved a gargoyle that was dying of thirst. Throughout these heroic endeavors, it was wise old Captain James who stood sentinel over these islands until the incident. The elder ghost rambles on, peering over his lackeys from time to time.
No.
These old men.
No.
Oi, what a load of bile! If you write down anything the salty old blether tells you, you'll nae have a reader left. Oh, it's not that we don't like your stories, Captain. It's only you went on a bit, maybe, if you don't mind, if we can see the lass likes my story more.
You fool.
Okay, these dudes. Oh, I belittle your captain's storytelling. Insubordination, I say. In great whippersnappers. And they listen to them, wee lassie. With my daring navigational narrative, they'll be begging for your next edition.
But
It's only, Captain, this story, it's not just about you. Oh, All fired up, the trio crowds around Miss Marcus, jostling for the increasingly scarce space on her manuscript paper. Gentlemen, please quiet yourselves. We'll do it by turns. Aye, fair enough. Then suppose I should have my go. I hope you're ready, lass, because I can guarantee I've got the best of the best. Now it was my first winter on this island. On that fateful day, lass, there had been quite a few folk that had alighted with me. Police officers, some repairmen from the Northern Lighthouse Board. I think one of them scarpered off with my oilskin coat after they finished tinkering with the clock in the lighthouse. So there I was, there, watching them from afar, waving at them as you do. Not that a soul noticed me. Well then, and if you are sitting, I advise you to see then. Something out of the ordinary happened. Yeah, right? I do think their portraits are really, they did it really well to portray that they're ghost. Kind of fadey. Like they're fading. For there was a sky-shrouding fog that enveloped all the isles around Eileen Moor, and even our most advanced telescopes couldn't see but half a nautical mile away. Some folk panicked. Ere long, the damp mist soaked straight into everyone's clothes, and that's when I noticed my body had gone and turned transparent. So he just died randomly?
Then
Turned into a ghost? Then there was a great honking rumble that grew closer and closer. I raised my head. Before me was a gigantic, towering wave, the likes of which could submerge half the island and a little more besides. Wait, so did he drown? He died from like a high water wave? Damn near swept away the lot of us. A few survivors threw themselves onto the boats by the shore. So I go to wipe the water from my face. Took all but a second, and then I swear on me, mum, when I looked up, the fog had gone, and the survivors' boats were all anchored steadily. Must have been 5 miles out. Then it seemed just as quickly as I blinked, they were moving again, racing towards the horizon at a speed of 14 knots or more. Okay, how fast is that?
Oh dear.
Oh my, that is truly astounding.
in fact,
Astounding, eh? Maybe, but it's the truth. I'm sure of it. I've locked it up tight in my mind since that day.
but
Well, Miss Marcus, I don't mean to interrupt, only I don't think that really happened. Oi, Donald, you wait your turn to tell the little lass your story. No need to go mucking mine up. Mark my words, Miss Marcus, you're going to reel in the readers with this story. Provided, of course, that you choose it as the feature of your next edition. Poor Marcus. Her motionless pen gives away her hesitation.
Marcus.
Perhaps you might like to listen to my story first, Miss Marcus. When I was a wee bairn, my granddad told me a lot of stories about these islands. Only back then, they weren't called the Flannan Isles. Oh. Eileen Moor and its 6 nearby islands were altogether referred to as the 7 Holy Isles. Someone claimed to have unearthed some skeletons here, and the bones were those of infants, but some said they must have belonged to another race. What the fuck?
So,
For a while, this place was also known as the Pygmies Isle. The emotion carried in his tone is so intense that his ethereal form almost feels corporal for a second. It was because of these stories that I joined the Northern Lighthouse Board and became an assistant lighthouse keeper here right after I finished my schooling.
I hope.
I hope to uncover the truth about the Pygmy Isles.
so
Did you succeed?
No.
But I managed to find some clues, some signs that there were mysterious animals thereabouts. But perhaps the pygmies really did live here. The other two breathed a sigh of relief. We're just having a bunch of ghost stories by literally ghosts. I'm afraid there isn't much meat on the bone of that tail, lad. It won't be due for the main dish of the wee lassie's edition. He strokes his mustache, feigning a sense of pity.
that's right.
Sorry, lad, but your story's even mustier than the captain's, and his was rustier than a knight's armor. It might impress a few old folks, but other than that, it's a dud. Oh, but I have evidence, Miss Marcus. prove it to you. The three spooky would-be storytellers devolve into another fruitless argument.
Now that's experience.
Not one of you has the learning to understand the minds of our lasso's readers. She needs a proper story from a refined gentleman with a wealth of experience. Oh, sod off with your experience. What the lass needs are the events what led us to our deaths, not moldy old sailors' yarns. Oh, I remember it, was it? And you said I was spinning yarns. I've never seen anything like what you described in all my years here. I just realized the background noise is them arguing. It's kind of funny.
But
Aye, we can go making things up for a nice story, Bo, but, well, Captain, I don't suppose you even remember what that so-called gargoyle looked like, do you? Unless you do, I mean. Their debate is headed nowhere fast. This old man goes arguing. I think we ought to leave it up to Miss Marcus to decide. The three shift their gazes onto the girl before them. Captain James's recollection is certainly the longest and most complete. I'm sure the readers will appreciate his thoroughness. But Thomas's experiences have the closest ties to the outside world and the mysteries of their deaths, which might corroborate some circulating rumors. As for the story of the Pygmies' Isle, it seems like it might have the most rich historical elements. Combine them all! Make a super story! You're a writer, Marcus! All of these are worthy of being recorded in more detail. Her evasive gaze can't escape from the three spectral lighthouse keepers' eager eyes. She finds herself caught between the ghost and the deep blue sea. Aww. Miss Marcus. Her lips tremble slightly, along with the manuscript paper in her hand. I will include all of your stories, I promise. Aww. You can do it, I believe in you. I dare not overstate the literary value of this edition. I can only share with you that it is inspired by the experiences of three ghosts. The very what the fuck? Why is it so fast? The very lighthouse keepers who disappeared here 12 years hence. What the hell? Dear Miss Denny, I write to you in hopes that this latest edition will prove more than satisfactory. Did I make the right choice? Or rather, did I ever have a choice? Oh my god. In any case, I finally completed my edition. I hope nothing interrupts the delivery. Moreover, I hope it doesn't get rejected again. Illuminated by the dim reflection of the lighthouse's beacon against the pressing clouds, a heavy stack of manuscript papers is tossed into a lonely, rusted mailbox. Good luck, girl. This is very interesting so far. A blank page is folded and unfolded again and again. Her hands repeat this action unconsciously as Miss Marcus murmurs anxiously to herself.
Theoretically,
My latest edition of History of the Flannan Isles should have been published in the Daydream Post yesterday. I know that if the editors weren't satisfied with the entry, it would have been rejected 2 days prior. But Mr. Thomas says we've received no letters at all as of yesterday. Oh no! So it passed the editor's review. It must have. So I shall let myself feel some relief. Thanks to the help of my ghostly friends, this latest edition covered some truly extraordinary topics and gave the readers an opportunity to better understand the Flannan Isles.
maybe.
Maybe it'll even spur a tourism boom from the Flannan Isles. The local council will be very happy for it, I'm sure. And Ms. Denny, well, she'll be the editor of the year and get a substantial bonus for her tour of Europe. She provided me with so much help in writing history of the Isles and in life more generally. She must certainly deserve this. I hope she'll find time to send me a few new books during her trip. I've never had the chance to read the completed anthology of Story for Sarah. Mr. Ailes is truly ingenious. Even just the few excerpts I have from his work have inspired me so much. She muses to herself, losing herself in the tranquil depths of her world of literature. Unfortunately, her moment of tranquility passes all too quickly.
Marcus.
A whole platoon of postmen just got off the ferry. Somehow unperturbed by the panting ghost popping his head out through the wall, Marcus reaches the meaning behind his message in a sudden rising start.
What?
A platoon of postmen? Ugh. Getting the letter delivered? Aye, a whole slew of them. The lads and I think it must mean your new edition was a cracking success.
Maybe.
All those high-nosed hobnobs are probably planning to invite you to give lectures all around the world. Now, didn't they go forgetting us with your sudden fame? Remember, it was your ghostly mates who got you here. Miss Marcus rushes to her coat, and together they speed toward the island's mail drop-off. Three ghastly gentlemen and one gasping girl stand in front of the small mailbox, exchanging anxious looks.
Marcus.
Ahoy, gentlemen! Miss Marcus, the postman already came and went. Left as soon as they dropped off these letters. Oh! Why is there so many? That's it? They didn't ask for any local postcards? Perhaps an autograph from the stars of the latest edition? Well, no. I suppose I didn't want to spook them, since Miss Marcus asked us not to.
Everyone?
Oh, aye, they were the ones spooked, eh? Just as well, lad. We'll need some time to adjust to our new lives as undead celebrities. Now, stiffen up. Only a landsman gets nervous over a little rising tide. These letters are all for me? The ghosts nod in unison. It can only be, we miss. You're most certainly written a fine piece. Only natural that it might bring about a bit of zealotry.
But
Still, there's so many letters. Open them, read them, what they say? After adjusting her scarf in an attempt to cover the flush of her cheeks, she reaches over quickly for one of the letters. But as she opens it, the words within leave her painfully stunned. No. I want to apologize for my candor, writing to you as a fan of the much celebrated writer for history of the Flannan Isles. But I feel I must express my disappointment. Not just for myself, but for the thousands of other readers now feeling equally deceived. Oh no! It's all hate mail! Oh no! Oh no. When I first read your column, I was captivated by its vivid psychological descriptions and the detailed introductions, prompting me to buy issue after issue of the magazine and even recommend it to my friends and family. Yet, I see now you and your publisher have concocted a massive fraud, leading us in on a long con to rob us any satisfaction. Her hand freezes in place, unable to or unwilling to turn the page. The Daydream Post never stopped praising the upcoming edition of History of the Flannan Isles. They claimed it would finally lift the cloud of mystery looming over the Flannan Isles once and for all. I waited eagerly for almost a week for this vaunted new edition that was supposed to unveil all mysteries, only for you to introduce some sad old captain with a ghost story, an overly foggy day, followed by some island-swallowing wave, and then a bit of old history about these 7 holy isles. And nothing else. You claim these ghosts have spent more than 12 years on this island, yet you still do not provide a shred of explanation concerning their disappearance? Or why is it that they became ghosts? You take the word of these ghosts at face value, but are their memories even reliable? Do they have any credible evidence? Oh my god! The hate! Oh, the criticism! If these are truly ghosts, then why can't they tell us where their missing bodies are? How can you possibly prove this isn't just another arcanist rambling about her own fairy tales? You try to obfuscate the hard question with these twisted yarns, but all you've done is create more mysteries, stretching them out like old taffy. But I see through it. You never had any intention to conclude this story. You've been stringing us along the whole time. You, madame, are nothing but a fraudster. Oh. Ouch. Harsh. Damn. Marcus stands still, her mouth agape, unable to make a sound. This letter is truly terrible. Maybe it's just a joke, like the awful pranks Captain James and Thomas sometimes play on me. Now, steady on, wee Marcus. It's but a wide shot across the bow. Don't mistake it for a barrage. The rest of these are sure to be glowing reviews.
I agree.
Aye, the old foghorn's right. Every twee lass or lad thinks he's a critic these days. Let's leave it to professionals, eh? Where's that letter from his then he? If anyone knows that way the wind's blowing, it'd be her. In a daze, Marcus rummages through the pile of letters as if seeking a life preserver in a stormy sea. Soon enough, she finds what she's looking for. Dear Miss Marcus, our illustrious writer for the History of the Flannan Isles column. Dear Miss Marcus, first, as a matter of business, I must admit that yesterday's issue of the Daydream Post featuring your History of the Isles was a tremendous sales success. Okay, because everybody was waiting for the conclusion. Spurred on by the delay caused by your previous edition, it seems our journal was sold out within hours by your eager readers. But we'd only just started on the second printing before a group of frenzied readers stormed up to our office. Oh God! Man, like oof. Disappointed fans are probably the worst. They were waving their arms, shouting things like refund, this is fraud, and one particular exuberant fellow claimed he'd be writing to the Prime Minister to report you. After communicating with them, we realized they were all loyal readers of History of the Flannan Isles. They called your History of the Isles a premeditated scam, disguised as documentary. They accused us of conspiring with you to deceive everyone. What absurd allegations. They even redirected their dissatisfaction with History of the Isles onto us, a small-time publishing house. To be perfectly candid, we did launch a significant promotional campaign before the release of this issue. However, it was not a hasty decision. It was out of our trust in you. You promised us in your submission that all your descriptions were based on the first-hand experiences of those directly involved. You are responsible for their authenticity. Wow! They're fucking turning blame to her? Oh my God! Wow. The hell? Regrettably, things have now developed beyond anyone's imagination. We believe that if you cannot sufficiently meet the reader's expectations in the next edition with a sensational conclusion or some sort of revealing of ultimate truth, otherwise you may need to consider a new pseudonym, or perhaps a change of subject beyond the Flannan Isles, or more simply give up on the job altogether. Dang! Harsh! Poor Marcus. She was trying to stay true to things and people just didn't like it. Damn. We sincerely hope you consider our advice above. Aww. This sucks. She's an overthinker too, so... Oh, this is a big blow. It's a big blow to her. Like... Oh. The bitter sting of the letter saps the strength from her legs as she collapses slowly to the ground and into a heap. The ghosts attempt as best they can to make out what the rest of the letters hold. It is despicable that she would abuse the sacred power of the pen to promote this bizarre so-called arcanum, and how much worse for its plotting, unconnected narrative. If anything at all, what you said was true. It would only mean our world has gone mad.
No.
Wrong letter, sorry, lass. He feigns a soft bombing whistle as he tosses the letter aside.
Marcus.
Allow me, Miss Marcus. If my years have proved of any use at all, it has been in discerning truth from slander. I wish to extend my congratulations to the author, for what must have been a handsome fee you earned yourself with your talents, chief of which must be in huckstering and forgery. Wow, Jesus Christ. I pray you'll fare well during the coming police interrogations for this fraud of an edition. Hopefully, they'll be trained to make sense of this arcanist tat. Jeez. Damn, everyone's so disgruntled. Oh my god. Look at all this hate mail. Apologies, it seems wisdom does not always spring from age. I think maybe I found one that isn't quite so terrible. Really? Dear author, I wanted you to know that I fully understood the deep meaning behind this publication. It is crystal clear that you drew inspiration from the stories of Penelope and the Danaids as you prepared us for an endless tapestry and a bottomless bucket. I'm so glad to be able to bear witness to what you've created. A torture to the senses which has left me wishing to swap places with Tantalus himself. So long and good riddance to your interminable story.
Sorry.
Jesus! Miss Marcus, I was never much for reading, was I not? Was that not good? Thank you all the same, Donald. She nods weakly toward Donald. Then, in a slow fall, to match the crashing waves against the shore, she collapses completely to the ground. That's so sad. I feel bad for her. She just wanted to write a story. The ghosts clump together anxiously in the dim room. Marcus sits up in bed after a struggle, the harrowing words in those letters still writhing through her. Aw, she's gonna be depressed now. All coming together in a catastrophic clash of anxiety, dread, and helplessness. The nearby voices grow louder, dragging her out from one kind of havoc to the next. I'm dreadfully sorry, lass. But let's get on to righting the ship. We cannot bilge the water if we didn't find the holes. It's evident to me that our failure must be laid on Mr. Thomas. It's very clear it was his far-fetched tale that set your readers off. Oh no, now they're blaming each other. Oh my god, it was everyone's fault.
Everyone?
I can imagine anyone wasting their precious time reading something so bizarre and fanciful, the likes of which surely spoiled many an afternoon tea. He crosses his arms, turning with a vexed expression to his compatriot.
No.
Oh, it was my part, eh? Here and I thought the captain goes down with the sheep.
In fact...
Didn't you hear that what the wee miss had to say? Her readers wanted positivity and progress, not ancient prattle. It was your bits that steered us into the rocks. Those yarns of yours were so long they'd nary fit in my granny's attic. Miss Marcus's readers probably nodded off halfway through. Oh yeah, why not you like? What do you know of storytelling, eh? I'll bet you didn't even know your Shakespeare from your Shelley. James's translucent face turns red with anger, his mustache bristling. Stop, please, both of you.
Sirs.
Sigh. Oh my god. This accent's gonna be the end of me. Please calm down, gentlemen. Let's hear what Donald has to say.
Sorry.
Well, I don't mean to speak out of turn, but lying is a worse sin, so speak I must. I reckon it was both of your stories that did this. Captain, your story was nothing more than a chance for you to show off. You distorted the truth, even when it went against what Thomas described.
But...
I think that our story, Miss Marcus's work, it should have focused on the mysteries of the Flannan Isles themselves.
That's right.
Well said, Donald. And you...
But...
Thomas, your story had just as many mistakes, just a different sort. You did exactly what Miss Marcus's readers say they hated. You gave her story with mystery's eye, but no ending. How could anyone be happy with that? I just said what I knew, nothing more. No lies, no reservations. 12 years and more we've been on this island. Still, you both know nothing about this place, about anything, and you didn't have at least the wits to trust someone with experience.
Marcus.
Actually, Miss Marcus, I'm afraid, well, maybe this isn't our fault entirely either. You're blaming me? Oh my god! I mean, you did write it, girl. You should have maybe made a more cohesive story instead of just taking their word directly. I don't know. It's everyone's fault. Well, but blame no. Only you were the one who wrote down our stories. We're not writers, miss. We didn't know what bits are important or how to finish the story. Maybe your readers are angry for good reason. But maybe you should have based the edition on what I said about the 7 Holy Isles and the Pygmies. Then you could have given them a proper investigation, something to really talk about. So now we see Donald. If only we had listened to you, eh? Not so noble now, eh? Face it, lad, that story of yours was weaker than watered down whiskey.
Great.
Thomas is right, laddie. Though only in as much as they say about broken clocks. The truth of the matter is clear, lads. The wee miss should have only used my story.
Excuse me.
Oh, and what makes you say that? They're just going on and on, back and forth.
No,
Please stop.
right.
The spirited voices of their heated quarrel engulf the entire room. In her despair, Marcus begins to question herself. Aw. Poor baby. When exactly did this story of mine turn into a catastrophe? Was it when the deluge of angry letters arrived? Was it when I submitted the revised manuscript? Or was it when I hesitated to choose between their stories?
Can I do it?
Maybe I'm not truly cut out for this job. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the ghosts are still arguing in the background. When I began writing, I wanted to record everything. Every piece of knowledge, especially those lesser known facts, things that might be lost in time, that might go silent if I wasn't there. Stories that could be exquisite, delicate, captivating, or at least relatable.
But
What has all that work brought me? As Marcus closed her eyes, agonizing memories flash over the theater of her mind mercilessly. Her dream seems to be pulling further and further away from her. I dreamed that my work would help mankind to understand and accept Arcanum. But now my column is being bashed by my once loyal readers. They even stormed the Daydream Post. Poor Ms. Denny must have lost her chance at the Editor of the Year award.
perhaps.
Oh, what if this leads the entire community to distrust any future writings related to Arcanum, or worse, those who still read them might become labeled as occultists or lunatics. Oh no, she's spiraling. Then human society's discrimination against Arcanists might grow even more severe. Not just in the Flannan Isles, no, maybe against the entire Arcanist world, and I will be the catalyst whose horrible writing divided our two races even further. Oh no, Marcus, stop overthinking.
It's all my fault.
Marcus covers her face with her palms, but no amount of self-pity can drown out the squabbling spirits. I only hope to alleviate their loneliness by reading this island and documenting its stories. I just wanted to share them with the world.
Why?
But now these ghostly gentlemen, protagonists in my latest disaster, are tearing into one another before my eyes. My writing didn't bring them happiness. It intensified their misfortune. Oh, Marcus. But all I wanted to do was tell a fantastic story. A fascinating story. She lets out a loud cry from her corner, hoping to silence the continued bickering, even for a moment. Poor baby. It's like, shut the fuck up, you men. Ugh. Why are you guys arguing? To her surprise, the argument stops indeed. Did that actually work? Oi, pick yourself up, Marcus. Someone's at the door. Is it that Foundation guy? The girl comes back to her senses, pulling herself to the door by will alone. A figure, at once familiar and strange, stands before her.
Good to see you.
Oh, Hoffman! Oh, shit! Good morning, madam. My name is Hoffman, and I've come a long way to see you. Oh, shit! Okay. Interesting. Hoffman jump scare. Cool. Wait, now I'm sad because I remember what happened to Hoffman. No. At least we need to know how they met. The figure of a woman dressed in a long brown coat walks ahead at a steady pace, followed by the nervous young lady.
Excuse me?
Are you from the Foundation?
Yes.
It seems I'll be able to skip my introduction. Hoffman nods, seemingly ignoring or neglecting the panic in Marcus's tone.
Sorry.
For having made you come all this way, I will respond to the Foundation as soon as possible. I promise. Hoffman halts her steps and turns around. Her puzzled gaze accurately catches Marcus's evasive eyes.
Mm-hmm.
The Foundation's application has been approved by the local government. From today onward, a small portion of this archipelago will be set aside for our use as an experimentation site. Huh? Experiments?
Yes.
For an upcoming observation project, jointly operated between the Foundation and Laplace. It involves a new arcanist theory. Am I not supposed to know about this? Marcus takes a few steps back with a flinch.
No problem.
No, it's not confidential. Laplace does not intend to keep its work here a secret. Observation project? Laplace? Emerging arcanist theory?
I got it.
Oh, I think I've read about this before. The study of ley lines?
Yes.
Correct. Laplace published the theory in their second edition of the Frontier of Times journal. Just some basic introductions, of course. Nothing monumental. Hoffman nods, nonplussed by Marcus's breadth of reading. The Foundation will be responsible for this project's application procedures and field confirmation. Of course, we will aim to minimize any impacts on the natural surroundings as much as possible. She turns around to look at the solitary tower perched on the cliff. Should you or they have any concerns, please contact our Eileen Sierra branch for further assistance. So, you are not here about my investigation? My sole task here is to survey the Flannan Isles. I have no time nor inclination to meddle in the affairs of some unregistered arcanist. Wow, okay. The lingering specter of the other investigator finally fades from her mind.
Of course.
My visit is not part of any assigned mission. I see.
This is out of my own interest as a reader.
Oh, wow, she a fan?
What?
Oh, it's so cute how she says, what? You read my column?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, from the first edition to the very latest. I must say, they have been very informative. Wow. The horrifying letters from before seem to have grown wings, ready to swarm Marcus once more. Aww. She bows her head as if waiting the imminent drop of a guillotine. Out of curiosity, I went through the trouble of finding some of your earlier works. You have covered a wide range of topics in great detail. Unfortunately, it seems the space provided to you by your magazine has been, till now, quite limited. Oh, those... they weren't much, just a few jottings, really. I thought nobody remembered them. Though her body feels stiff, Marcus forces out an awkward smile. Arcanum and Lighthouse lens maintenance. Do you remember this article? That was my first submission after arriving in the Flannan Isles from Romania. Hoffman nods, indifferent to the nearly overwhelming blush on Marcus's cheeks. The way you relayed the specifics of lighthouse keeping with such great enthusiasm, it was as if you felt it had something to offer to every reader. The internal structure, differences in lighthouse design in various locales, the evolution of light sources, advancements in lamp maintenance, even the ideal number of lighthouse keepers.
Frankly,
I found it perhaps a little overwrought, but still undoubtedly worth reading. I'm so...
well, if...
Dear friends, imagine a flame that requires no fuel, immune to extinguishing no matter in cold wind or heavy rain, and shines bright enough to illuminate the sea even through the thickest of fog. Might we then be able to save on nearly a century's worth of gas or electricity expenses and redirect those funds to more pressing matters? As it happens, on a small island surrounded by warm waters, there exist just such fiery creatures. These docile and nocturnal creatures could well be suitable for use as endlessly reproducible light sources. There were many more descriptions like this. I'm surprised you remember them so well, Madam Hoffman.
Miss Marcus.
You must understand one thing. Though discrimination against arcanists has become less severe in our era, it remains, for most humans, an ingrained habit. One that won't change overnight.
Why are you still trying to introduce Arcanum to the human world you're not familiar with?
Aww. Marcus falls silent for a while, her previous blush turning into a cold sweat. Her unspoken thoughts, aspirations as a writer, and her inner struggles. It felt as though this Hoffman saw through them all. Yet, feeling as though she had been spared the headman's axe for today, at least, she raised her eyes upwards. I suppose that's a valid question. Perhaps I am too naive.
In fact,
for me, I've always seen the world as just a kind of puzzle book, perplexing riddles, obscure words, and bewildering images, one I was happy to keep at a distance, even if it had many pleasant aspects. Human science, progressive ideologies, arcanist sports, various newly discovered critters, and many, many more. I wanted to share those things, the pleasant ones. They deserve to be known by more people, whether humans or arcanists. Her voice is trembling, yet grows more resolute on each word.
if I keep reading, I'll eventually find the answers to everything. I can introduce human arts and crafts to the arcanists and demystify arcanist fables and legends for the humans.
Aww.
I'll be the bridge between humans and arcanists,
Aww.
helping them understand one another.
Wait, that's so good. That's such a nice aspiration.
Oh dear.
Did I say all that out loud? She awkwardly gasps, trying to take in a great puff of fresh sea air, her face flushing red from ear to ear. Still, a gentle but intentional clap of applause follows.
That is a great aspiration, Miss Marcus. The
Foundation has been working toward the very same goal. Thank you for your kind words, Madam Hoffman. Yet, the catastrophe flashes through her mind once more, plunging her back into cold reality.
In fact,
Only, it seems my writings has done nothing but push me further from my goal. Not only have I failed to demystify Arcanum, I failed my publisher's expectation and my readers. I couldn't even write a serviceable story. Do you mean this edition? Oh. Hoffman produces a folded magazine. The images of the Flannan Isles on it coldly clutch at Marcus's heart. Aww. You didn't throw it away?
You underestimate yourself, Miss Marcus. The
Aww.
story isn't as hopeless as you think.
I don't quite understand what you mean. Her breath quickens. Adam Hoffman, are you saying that I might still be able to turn this story around? Yeah! I have glasses. Can I read any of that? The text is too tiny. I have bad vision, okay? This is why I wear glasses, because I have bad vision.
The readers.
Humans often read things differently from Arcanists. What Arcanist considers perspicuous may, on the contrary, read as unfathomable to humans. Compared to the wild, divergent way of thinking of Arcanists, humans are more inclined toward concrete conclusions backed by hard evidence. After arriving here, I quickly grasped the gap in thinking between yourself and the human readers of History of the Flannan Isles. To begin with, just how many people do you think are aware of the existence of ghosts? Margaret stops in place as she goes over Hoffman's unexpectedly stunning question. Well, I understand the story of the Brown Lady of Rainham Hall is widespread. Many people have tried to find her. Meanwhile, the ghosts of the Graham Mansion are probably only known to the Scottish people. The White Lady is quite famous in Germany, but people mostly tell her stories to scare children.
Good.
Ah, so now you see it, don't you, Miss Marcus? History of the Flannan Isles is published in the Daydream Post historical column. For most of his audience, the existence of ghosts is beyond far-fetched. For you to adapt the stories of 3 ghosts without ever taking the time to explain the ghosts themselves to your readers, well, is it any wonder so many doubted you? Yeah, like, that's what I don't understand. She's a good writer, yet she just threw all that in the last edition, edition. Excuse me, guys. Like, she didn't even no lead up, no, like, pretty much no foreplay. Like, come on, like, suddenly ghost. Like, yeah, it's a history column, and then she suddenly just added ghosts at the end. Like, what the fuck? I guess I would be pretty disappointed too. Like, man, girl, you're a writer. Why did you do that? I guess she was just kind of, I guess her confidence got just so shot because they rejected her the first time, huh?
The readers.
Your readers couldn't see and understand your ghost friends as you do, nor could they have realized these ghosts were nearly as equally about the truth of the Flannan Isles as anyone else.
The readers followed the ghosts throughout the story, but never got to know them. They also couldn't fully understand the parts on Arcanum. The readers didn't feel engaged.
Hoffman puts away the magazine. You're right. I keep saying that I wanted humans and Arcanists to understand one another, that I wanted to bring readers a more profound experience. But in doing so, I overlooked the obvious. How did I let this happen? A strong sense of regret surges up to her throat involuntarily. Humans are often unable to sense the subtle folds in emotions. They're confined by their rational senses. On the other hand, Arcanists can just as easily be trapped by their emotions, overlooking the obvious, as you say. So...
Don't blame yourself for this.
Aw. What a good mentor. A touch of warmth reaches Marcus's shoulder. Marcus lifts her head blankly, not yet realizing that Hoffman picked up her pen from the ground.
As an Arcanist, you can read the intricacies of the world that others would easily miss. But that is also the problem. Human readers are more used to sifting through clues and details to make logical sense of the story. They also like to simplify things and draw a single conclusion. I think...
If you would permit me to offer some editorial advice for your History of the Flannan Isles, I have a suggestion. But please tell me.
You need to find some answers of your own.
Conclusions of my own? I think you yourself do not yet know all the mysteries of Flannan Isles, But do you believe you can unravel all the truths about this place? No, I don't think I can. Perhaps creating this column was a mistake after all?
No.
No, Miss Marcus. Not knowing the truth is nothing at all to be ashamed of. Rationality drives us to understand reality as we see it. Curiosity aids us in searching for the puzzles yet to be solved. Both of them must be the fuels that power your writing. I thought a writer should be absolutely certain about everything they write. If my readers want conclusions, how could they accept that there are puzzles that even I cannot solve? I think they will, if you offer them the chance. They will understand your confusion and curiosity, as well as your passion for trying to unravel these mysteries. Whether you find the truth or not, it is the journal that keeps us engaged. What they need is an exhilarating experience from the perspective of an arcanist.
Can I do it?
Spark their curiosity with puzzles I've still left unsolved. Do you think my story could really do that? Can I really inspire them to seek the truth themselves?
Maybe.
Perhaps. To seek the truth is a long journey, but still.
When we bravely admit that truth doesn't always exist, we find another truth. And this courage deserves respect.
Yeah. The sun isn't any brighter than usual, nestled under the blanket of cloudy sea air. Oh, she's so cute. Look at Marcus. But its dazzling warmth still seems to scorch her for the first time in a long time.
Madam Hoffman?
Didn't stay long, but she left behind a journal filled with her comments and suggestions, and an address as concise as she was. To a nameless small island near the Flannan Isles, where Madam Hoffman said she would continue her work for a few weeks before returning to the Foundation. Aww! She also spoke with me about joining the Foundation before she left.
But...
For the time being, I still felt I had more pressing matters to attend to. I picked up my pen and encouraged again to face up to my catastrophe and overcome it. I took Madam Hoffman's advice to heart. My writing was no longer crammed with every detail, and so I began to scribble in the margins and between the rows. This revision was, quite frankly, an extensive overhaul. The gentleman ghost voiced some overeager protest despite my repeated apologies, but Madam Hoffman's comments and suggestions instilled great courage in me. Finally, I completed it. Yay! Hee. Hope she turned it around. I hope her readers are happy with the revision. The lighthouse illuminates its surroundings, faithful and steady as always. The waves lash against the rocky shore, and the three ghostly gentlemen are in the midst of a merry uproar. A soothing sea breeze brushes past Marcus like a long-lost friend. Everything before her is familiar yet surreal.
Sirs!
Gentlemen, have you stopped arguing?
Hey!
Look who's here, mates, and the last's a sight for dead a sight for dead eyes. The three surround Marcus with a delicate kindness, as if encircling a flower that has finally bloomed. Aww, that's so cute. We thought you might not want to be friends with us after all of our arguing.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It was only that it took a little extra time for me to prepare the new edition for my history of the Flannan Isles. But at last, I finally completed my final draft and sent it along to Miss Dennehy. Hopefully, I haven't made her wait too long as well. A pair of transparent hands gently pat Marcus's shoulders.
Marcus.
We know that what you've been through, lassie. Without your perseverance and talent, winning back those readers would have been impossible. And a spot more courage than a sailor betting the last of his pay on in Monte Carlo. But you did it, lass. Aye, and some fine work, if I do say so myself. Stop it now, Captain. You're just flattering me. She shrinks her neck with embarrassment.
That's right.
Like a turtle. No, not at all, Miss Marcus. It's just as the blowhard said. For once, you didn't gone to collect the post yet, have you? Seems your edition made the papers already and the postman brought the replies. And that they're good letters this time. Nothing terrible about them. We checked. Aww. Marcus opens one of the reader's letters. I feel so honored to write you this letter as a now humbled fan of your history of the Flynn Isles. Oh, should I call it To the Archipelago now? Your courage is more than admirable. Who could have thought you'd be brave enough to make such an extensive revision? Let me express my warmest congratulations, for now that I see your work for what it truly is, I am so pleased to have experienced such an unforgettable fantasy tale. Oh, fantasy? Suppressing her fleeting doubts, she continues reading the letter. Thanks to you and these ghost gentlemen you've invented, all of us following along get to experience a little piece of their world, just as you imagined it. Yours faithfully, a reader eagerly awaiting the next edition. Okay. Marcus feels at once a sense of loss, something she tries to suppress rather than let it eat at her. There are more of these letters, including one from the Daydream Post. Dear Miss Marcus, we are more than delighted to share with you that, thanks to your newly updated To the Archipelago series, the Daydream Post has seen a tremendous rise in sales. What's more, we've even received requests to change the serialization schedule. They want at least 2 editions per week. After discussion, the publishing house has decided to provide you with an entire new section. We call it the Lighthouse. Oh! Our sincerest regards to you and your ghostly friends. Oh, okay. She has a new whole series. That's cute. Praise pours out from one letter after another, overwhelming Marcus's humility until she feels faint. Staggering, she retreats into the sanctuary of her room. The excitement conveyed in the editor's letter still lingers as a vivid image in Marcus's mind, yet she remains more than a little perplexed.
What?
Wait, what? Did they choose to move to the archipelago from the documentary literature section? Wait, she's not happy about this? Unsure about the publisher's decision, she continues writing. As new manuscripts are sent out, enthusiastic readers' letters are delivered to the island one after another. This is what I call a perfect representation of literary fiction. The tale of this investigative columnist's friendship with these 3 ghosts brought tears to my eyes. To dive into this surreal world of mysteries has become a pastime of mine during each and every afternoon tea. Your creative writing has truly brought a smile to my face. I envy the talents of these comical ghosts, and your imaginative arcanist way of writing is, I must say, a refreshing break from the humdrum of human reporting. I look forward to reading more as soon as you can conjure it up. I personally believe this series deserves the title of Fantasy Story of the Year nominee, and if it doesn't meet the award criteria, we should create a new award for it, something like Arcanist Fiction of the Year. All these letters are brimming with effervescent praise, but with all the same monotonous implication. Overwhelmed by the return of her anxiety, Marcus snaps her pen against the paper. Baby's not happy about this. As she plunges yet deeper into the black fog, a familiar voice jolts her back to reality.
Marcus.
Oh. Hello, Miss Marcus. Something on your mind, Les? Seems like you've been out to sea with no paddle a wee bit more than usual lately. Pining for a vacation, maybe? You're not turning into a ghost like us, are you?
You fool.
Balderdash, she's not pining for the fjords, nor has she passed on. Are we writers only a trifle tired from all her hard work? As usual, you've no respect for matters of the mind. He casually strokes his mustache, taking pride in Marcus and, by some extension, himself.
Great.
Miss Marcus, I say, you've been a veritable star as late. Even I'm curious about what adventures you'll embark on next.
Marcus.
Do you think you'll keep writing about this island, about us? This question, innocent as it is, breaks the spell that had long too lingered over her, as if waking her up from a stupor. Will I keep writing? I hope to garner more readers with elaborate stories that have more twists and turns. I hope to make more humans understand and accept Arcanist. I hope that one day humans and Arcanists could set aside their differences and join hands to uncover the ultimate truth. I hope to record and represent all the truths I've read to the readers. Even more so, I hoped I'd be able to explore the mysteries of the Flynn Isles with them.
But
what is it that they want? Convoluted mystery plots, wild imaginations plucked straight from the realm of fantasy, and everyone lived happily ever after ending? Marcus looks up in a daze, evading the expectant eyes around her. The sky above is unusually clear, but that doesn't seem to faze her. To the archipelago has achieved significant success. So why can't I find joy in their praise? Aww. Man, being a writer must be rough. I'm pretty sure, like, most writers go through this, if not all. The self-questioning abruptly stops. The obvious answer lingers, crawling back from her tongue. To the archipelago is nothing but a well-crafted fiction, a broken puzzle. The people reading it don't care about the truth, nor the real arcana behind it. I mean, people like fiction, so it's just so she's trying to write like something real, but everyone's perceiving it as fiction. I mean, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. I mean, people enjoy her work, even if they're kind of missing the point. I don't know. So how could this be bringing me closer to my dream? This series was inspired by the first-hand experiences of my dear friends. Without their memories, their stories, I could have never written these tall tales. Okay, so yeah, so they think she's making it up, but she's actually she's actually telling their stories, but they don't think that. I don't know. I feel like if people are enjoying it and it's selling, like, if people are misinterpreting your work, like, well, what can you really do? Of course, I know my writing skills contributed a lot to this unprecedented acclaim, but only so much.
Madam Hoffman?
But it was Madam Hoffman and her invaluable comments that led to the changes that made To the Archipelago a success. I can't take an ounce of credit for all of these. Even if I were to explore every inch of the archipelago and unravel all of its mysteries, the readers might only see it as the inevitable conclusion to an entertaining fantasy. Is the answer to my dreams something I can find in this small archipelago? The whistle seems to faintly echo in Marcus's mind. The steam whistle grows louder, overwhelming her eardrums with its piercing cry. Like a sound emerging from the depths of her heart, a distant call from a grander stage. That's a steam whistle. A ship! Madam Hoffman! Aww! Aww! Reunited! The whistle continues to sound nearby as the sail of a familiar checkered pattern is raised. The final draft is in my room, James. Would you please send it to the care of Miss Denny for me? I entrust this mission to you, Captain. Thanks. She runs toward Hoffman without looking back, leaving her puzzled phantom friends behind. Miss Marcus, you're off out of steam, but well, just where are you off to now? Farewell, Captain James. Farewell, Donald. Farewell, Thomas. Aw, she's leaving them! Aw. What? She didn't even tell them until now? Whoa. The trapped young lady finally takes a leap forward. Aww. She does not look back. Wow! Carried by the sea wind, the letters and manuscripts flutter in the air as if waving Marcus farewell. Please wait, Madam Hoffman! The Foundation's ship begins to loom larger in Marcus's view. The surprised figure aboard becomes clear to see. Aww.
Madam Hoffman, I want to join the Foundation.
Aww. Wait, this makes sense. Why she's doing this? Because she doesn't feel fulfilled to reach her goal by what she's currently doing. She's stuck. So she remembered Hoffman said that, oh, what you're doing is also what the Foundation is trying to do, to bridge the gap between, humans and Arcanists. So I guess she made her mind up. Even if it was a spur of the moment, it's like, oh, aww, so cute. Whoa.
Perhaps.
That was probably the first decision I ever really made on my own.
Why?
Why did it suddenly come to my mind? It was a long time ago. Aww. Hey Valk, welcome. As her vision clears, the overturned chairs and collapsed curtains around her hint at the ultimate conclusion of the current play. Why did I choose that path then?
What have I really achieved?
Aww. Oh, baby. Aww. It's kind of sad. I didn't hear her say History of the Flint Isles again. After like that one time. Marcus is like a book swept out at sea, floating directionless through the dead of night. Familiar pages flash rapidly through her mind. Echoes of the past ringing yet again in the present. I remember now. I wanted to make a choice of my own. So I joined the Foundation. I learned of the storm. I bade farewell to my era and my old dream. A choice of my own. But did I really make one at all? Aww. A sudden agony almost tears the entire book apart. The spine of the book trembles as it struggles to turn a new page. Oh shit. Yes, I made my choice. Now see where it's led me. I've ruined everything. Oh no! No! Lady Isolde held a grand exhibition where she made that speech.
I wish for the Arcanists to unite and establish an independent kingdom of freedom, free from repression and oppression.
It's all my fault.
If only I hadn't violated the confidentiality agreement, she wouldn't have made that dangerous speech. What did I not only fail to help the Arcanists, but worse still, it intensified the divide between us and humans. Lady Isolde and many other innocent Arcanists deceived by Manus Vindictae shouldn't have fallen to such a predicament. Political assassinations, ethnic conflicts, and civil turmoil have erupted all over the world. History has been altered. The storm was formed.
No.
I shouldn't have never called out to Madame Hoffman that day. I should have stayed on the Flannan Isles. Oh my god, she's blaming all of this all the way back to that one moment? No, baby. No. Madame Hoffman. Then comes a clearer, more suffocating page. No. No. Not this again. No.
Don't cry, Marcus. I know what I'm doing. The future is yours.
No.
This is so sad. This page seems agonizingly long.
What have I really achieved?
No. Images bristling with pain and regret ruthlessly intertwined in Marcus's frantic thoughts. Back on the island, I couldn't even stop my friends from fighting. How could I have thought I would be the one to change humanity's discrimination towards Arcanists? After I made just that one choice to join the Foundation, every choice afterward only seemed to magnify the number of people I hurt, even Madame Hoffman. I never once managed to live up to my aspiration. Could it be that The cold abyss stretches out before her. Reality, naked of any illusions.
I've never left the Flennon Isles.
She's losing it. The active cells within her body finally found an outlet amidst the surging pain. A strange scent invades the air, blurring Marcus's vision.
Marcus.
What? Oh, wait. I think she's gone crazy. How did you end up here?
What?
Oh, poor lassie, you look miserable. What sort of trouble have you been in?
Hey!
Dinna worry, mate. We've always been here for you. Always ready to lend you a hand. The phantoms, as ever before, gather around her with great enthusiasm. James, Donald, Thomas. Her long suppressed emotions finally breached their confines, finding a soothing haven on the windless island. Aren't you disappointed in me? On the Flennon Isles, I tried to tell your story, but everyone only saw it as fiction. They praised its plot and suspense, but none of the credit really belonged to me. I failed to unravel the mysteries, and I failed to help people understand Arcanum. My so-called dream was nothing more than an excuse to run from reality. I had run, tail tucked, to the Foundation, and then to Vienna. In the end, it feels as though I've accomplished nothing. I couldn't help Madame Hoffman stop Manus Vindictae. I couldn't find the incantation that might grant me immunity from the storm. I only ruined everything. Oh no, baby, she's spiraling. Oh. Yet the bitter, chill remorse fails to tear her down. For her loyal friends' warmth, even though through the veil of death, can illuminate the darkest nights, like a refuge on her dark seas.
Marcus.
Lass, we don't know what kind of trouble you're facing now, but things are rarely as bad as you fear them to be. Take that on, aged wisdom. I know, we're all proud of you.
Why?
But I didn't do anything helpful for you.
In fact,
Right, now I won't have you slandering a friend of mine like that, eh? Or did you forget who wrote those wonderful stories that what made people remember the Flennon Isles and us forever? Yeah, that's true. Even if people think it's fiction, she kind of memorialized them in their stories. Like, girl, you gotta give yourself some credit. Hey, Bad Wolf, welcome.
Great.
That may have well been the cleverest thing I've heard you say yet. But I didn't even uncover the truth behind your deaths. I failed you all. Her head hangs low, with an irrepressible shake lurching her forward and back. A familiar touch of warmth reaches Marcus's shoulder again.
Marcus.
Now, don't be so hard on yourself, lass. How can we blame you if you haven't figured it out for ourselves? With a dozen years head start, no less. We've always stayed here out of this time, but we've never given up hope. We'll continue to seek out the truth, no matter how long it takes. Remember what Madame Hoffman told you. Whether you find the truth or not, it is the journey that keeps us engaged. Oh yeah. Suddenly, she is reminded of that addition. It's fine to not know the truth. Why was it so loved by her readers? You remember those letters from your readers? So many bright ideas trying to fix the puzzle you set out for them. Nary a one got close, eh? But remember the fun we had talking them over? Finding the answer is not what really matters, lass. What matters most is our perseverance, our courage to carry on. It's all about the journey, not the end. Marcus finally lifts her head.
Madam Hoffman?
She understood that lesson all along and tried to pass it on to me. But do I really understand it now?
Did I understand?
If I were to die today, would I know what I was supposed to do? I think I do now. Standing up. Standing up, she races forward, just like she did on the island coast that fateful day.
What really scared me was not death, but the possibility of dying ignorant.
Oh,
Marcus.
Did you hear that? It's some kind of strange noise. Eh? She takes a deep breath and opens her eyes.
We can still make this right.
Eh?
Doctor, wait! There might be another way.
Huh? Oh! What? You can't end it there? What the fuck? Oh my god. Huh? Please tell me the story continues. What the fuck? No! Oh, it's supposed to be a flashback to that moment. Oh my god. Okay. Well, wait. The end of chapter 6 still ended. Like, kind of. Wait, I fucking forgot. Hold on. Well, like, weren't they trying to... Oh my god, I fucking forgot now. Okay, so it was continue. Okay. God damn it. I have such a bad memory. Okay, but the story does continue in chapter 7, thank god, because I feel like even at the end of chapter 6, it was kind of like, what the hell? Like, come on. Like, it really didn't conclude or anything. Oh yeah, Marcus kind of goes to meet Isolde. Okay, so this after Hoffman got shot and she found the resolve to call Kanya back from the brink. Okay, right here is the stage 22 of chapter 6. Okay. Alright, gets the immunity incantation. So the bridge is the main story from Marcus's POV as protagonist. Okay. At the end of chapter 6, Marcus transfers the incantation to Lucy and the Foundation. Oh, yeah. Like, they did find the thing. Okay. It's starting to come back to me. Holy shit. I gotta review that, though, before we move on to the next chapter. Yeah, because all I remember is them. There's 2 spots left. They need to get to the bunker or whatever, like safety before the storm comes. And because Hoffman died, she's going to Hoffman told her to take Kakanya. That's all I remember too, is Hoffman dying. So that's why I was just so shocked by that. I think I barely remember what happened after that. I was just like, I can't believe Hoffman got killed off. Like, that was so sad. And the fact that in this we had to have that whole freaking flashback again. Like, come on. Not to mention we saw how she met Hoffman and their little history. And oh my god, that's so fucking sad. Yeah. Congrats on finishing it. Thanks, guys. What's next? I I don't know if I want to do 6's character story. I kind of just want to move on to the main story. Like, I need to know what happens. Things are getting so, like, juicy. No, like, I just kind of want to continue. So the next time we pick, we do reverse. We're gonna do what, chapter 7, right? Wait! Okay, no, this is chapter 7 right here. Okay, and then they have a little extra chapter. Okay, interesting. So 6's character story is good context, but like most others, not essential. Okay, that's what I feel like. I don't really want to waste another stream doing some of the character stories because I really just want to get on with the main story. After we maybe catch up with the main story, I might go back and just do what we're missing. But honestly, like, I really want to keep doing the main story. It's getting so good, guys. Okay, so my stance on any trailers at this point is I don't want to watch any trailers or live streams until I catch up, even if it has nothing to do or no spoilers. I just want to like do my best to catch up at this point, considering I won't probably even play any events up until I catch up for now. So that is kind of where I'm at right now with that. Okay, so Marcus finds the resolve to use her and Kanye's skill to read the memories of a soul. That doesn't work, and Kanye decides to hypnotize her. Oh yeah, that's right. We hypnotized her, and then we like took her with us, right? So that's probably how she ends up at the foundation. Oh man. Okay, well, guys, we're gonna have to pick up on the main story next time. Okay, but that does lead me to the fact that I will have to cancel reverse next Saturday. I'm gonna be going to an anime convention, so I'm going on. I think I'm only going that Saturday, so I don't know when I'm gonna be home. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel next week's stream, and then we'll pick up on the stream next the week after. Okay, guys. So we're gonna take a little break before we start chapter 7. Chapter 7 is gonna be long, huh? That's okay. Y'all did say like chapter 7 and beyond were like start getting really long, and that's all right. You know, however long it takes us. You know, I'm not trying to rush to the story. I just want to I want to do my best to catch up and try not to take as many detours as possible. So we'll see. I can watch chapter 7 trailer. The trailer usually plays before we go into the chapter, I think. If I remember correctly. If it's copyrighted, it is what it is. I can always just scrub it from the stream VOD if I get struck, so it's okay. It's more of just chapter 7 that's really long. The ones after have been more tame. Oh, okay, so just chapter 7. More math in chapter 7? Ah! Wait, are we going back to Math Island? Oh no! Wait, we never concluded with Math Island, so I'm not surprised. We seem to be kind of going back and forth a little. Man, we'll see. We'll see. Did I censor last stream? No, because it didn't strike me. If they copyright strike me, then I'll censor it or like scrub it. But they didn't, so I'm just leaving it. Oh, it's only events that play the version trailers. Oh. Okay, will you guys remind me before we play chapter 7, like at the beginning of stream, to watch the trailer, okay? And then we'll watch it like before we start. Oh, my email. Oh yeah, I did. I went back. Thank you guys for reminding me. I went back and censored that. So dumb. I didn't realize it showed my freaking full email when I restart the game. Like, come on, really? Most games kind of like do the little asterisks. Not for reverse though. But it is what it is. Okay, thanks guys for joining me in another reverse stream. I'm glad we got through Marcus's character story. I didn't fall asleep this time. It was a little shorter, but it was good. Like, it was very interesting. And we got that little tidbit at the end there. Oh my god, that tied into chapter 6. Oof. But all right, guys, I won't be seeing you guys next week, but I'll see you guys the week after, okay? And we'll continue with the main story. Thanks for popping in to watch, comment, and chat. And for all VOD watchers, I hope you enjoyed. And thanks so much for y'all's continued support as always. I will see you guys next time, okay? Have a good morning, noon, or night, whatever time it is for you. And catch y'all later. Bye-bye!